Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Gwen, and it is Monday afternoon, the fourth Monday in January. And today I wanted to talk with you about how emotional pain, disappointments, and sadness can initiate our greatness. Now, I hope that you're doing really great and that your new year has started off with a really great bang, and that now that we're in the last week in January, that you're still on track with a lot of your goals. You know, we talk about business and life, and I like to think that your life is your business and your business is your life, because really you can't separate them, can you? And I know for a lot of people, the conversations that I've been hearing, whether it's in the news or anywhere else, seems to be one of despair mainly. And coupled with that are the emotional hurts and pain that people go through, not just because of the situation that's existing in our environment, but sometimes what's also happening inside, internally, and also in their homes, not necessarily externally. But when those emotional pain and those sadness come, how do you deal with them? How do you allow them to impact your life? Do you allow yourself to go under and to give up and to lose hope and to think that surely this is the end of it and that there is no use living? Is that the way you look at it? Surely none of us set ourselves up for pain, right? We don't like pain. I don't. Yet I know in my personal life, over the decades of living, I have experienced some deep, excruciating emotional pain that I thought, my goodness, this is so unbearable. Will this ever end? And maybe you have too. I think it's probably safe to say that if we're in this business called life, that we have experienced occasionally some pain, some disappointments, some setbacks, some sadness, some things that cause us to feel as though we really want to give up. But those pains, those disappointments, those sadness should not be wasted. Of course, it's not something we welcome with open arms. It's not something we run towards unless we're really into this whole business of self-massacring, killing ourselves emotionally and physically with the pain that comes across our path. And sometimes you may think, well, I'm a victim of this situation. I don't know how this situation came to be. I certainly didn't create it. I know at one point in my life, I felt that way when I was in a very excruciatingly painful marriage. And I felt like I was a victim. But you know, I want you to think about some things a little bit differently today. I want you to consider that the pain, the emotional hurts, the sadness and disappointments sometimes come because of our own creation. It sounds hard and it sounds harsh. And surely you may be saying, oh, absolutely not. I don't create the pain in my life. I know I was thinking the very same thing. I certainly am not responsible for this sadness and this grief that has crept into my life. But bear with me a little bit and see if some of these descriptions describe some of the things that you have experienced. Because I know, for example, that some of those pains and suffering and disappointments that I have experienced came as a result of my ignoring some of the internal signals, the warning signs that I was given. And I overlooked them and thought, well, maybe this won't happen, or maybe that was just a random thought, right? Only to have it come back and haunt me later. Have you done that? Have you done that in your life where you have felt that you have bypassed and completely ignored some internal signal that you got and rushed full forward ahead only to experience pain, disappointment, sadness, hurts? Have you done that? Or it could be that you are now in a current situation that was actually great to start. And because you are so fixed on where you are, you completely ignore all of the signs that are in the situation, all the pain, and you stay in the current situation. What are you allowing to continue in your life right now that you know in the depths of your being should not be? Are you in a job situation that you hate and you feel like you should get out? And every day you wake up, I should get out. And each Monday morning you wake up, there's this knot in your stomach because you know you should get out. If you know you're feeling that, then get out. It's not getting better. Or are you in a relationship maybe that has turned sour? I'm not saying the need is to get out. If there's physical harm, absolutely get out. If there's emotional harm, are you setting those boundaries? Are you allowing those boundaries to be set so that you can experience the peace that you need to? See, these are the circumstances that we find ourselves in where we create the pain in our lives. How about in your business, in your personal business? Is there something that is nagging in the background saying, this is not the business for me, I should not be doing this? And every day you get up and you just dread going into your office and doing what you need to do. Is that your experience? If that is your experience, pay attention, because you are creating your pain repeatedly over and over and over again. Then there's the pain that's caused from our own expectations, right? Expectations are good. They can be good. It's a two-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword also, by the way. And when you have an expectation of something that you're looking forward to excitedly, that creates the energy and the pump in your spirit to just keep anticipating and waiting and hoping, as long as you can keep refreshing that again. But then there is the expectation that comes mainly sometimes when we're expecting something from someone else, expecting them to act a certain way, expecting them to speak to us a certain way, expecting them to treat us a certain way. And in the midst of that expectation, we set ourselves up for great pain when they do not live up to our expectations that we have created for ourselves through them, how we think they should be acting. So whereas expectation can be really profitable and it can be good, expectations can also set you up for great emotional grief. Especially when you are fixated, when you fix that expectation and you're not willing to let it go. So whatever way the pains and the sadness and the disappointments come, they come though we don't want them, and they come to teach us something about ourselves. What are you learning about your pain, your sadness, your disappointments? Are you chalking up the lessons? Are you sitting back and saying, what did I learn from that? Or are you regurgitating the pain over and over and over again every single day you wake up? You talk about it as if it's a fresh, new event when you're digging the same event. Stop doing that, because what you're doing is creating the energy for the pain to keep going on. Take your lessons, chalk the lessons up, stay in tune very closely with the lessons that you've learned, and use them to create what's next for you. So this year, we know that we can almost guarantee that we will have some type of event in our life that will not go the way we want it to. Life is filled with ups and downs, vicissitudes. But those ups and downs don't have to keep us down. Those ups and downs can be lessons for us to learn, to take from, to create our next best self. Like, what do I want to be as a result of this experience? And so that is what I hope that you will do with the pains and the disappointments that you find coming across your way. And so I have like 4 final thoughts as a summary of this video for you to take into 2019, knowing that once you do that, you are setting yourself up ahead to have not just breakthrough performance, but also the time to deal with the pain in a very healthy way. It's not good to run away from them and hide. Deal with them in a healthy way. So here are the 4 things. The first is release the fixated expectations that you set. Don't lock yourself in a box in a situation and expect it to be a certain way and be rigid about it. Instead, be free in the moment. You can have expectations, of course. It would be stupid, would be crazy not to have some. And in the moment, while you create those expectations, be fluid, be free. Don't allow yourself to go down with the lack of fulfillment of your expectations. Create in the moment. Create and recreate. Okay, that didn't happen. All right, what else can I put on this situation to cause it to happen, for me to influence the results? If you find yourself in a current situation that you are perpetuating your pain, then take a look. What is this situation teaching me? What am I learning about myself? Is it something that I need to deal with in my personal life right now that is causing this situation to come up again and again and again to cause me pain? Take a look at that and see whether that's a case for you or not. Set your healthy boundaries in the midst of that. If that's what you need to do, set those boundaries and enforce them all the time to relieve the pain. Spend the time being with the pain. You see, a lot of times when disappointments come, when sadness comes, when any of those unpleasant feelings come, what we try to do is we run and we hide and we get busy and we bury our pain. Oh boy, did I do that decades back. Studying was a great pain reliever for me. I buried myself in school, or I got busy with work and got distracted. But you know what? The minute those things disappear, guess what? Whoosh, everything comes rushing right back in. So you have to find a way to deal with the pain. And here's something that I've shared with you before that I'm going to share again that's going to help you to really, really, like magic, get rid of the pain. And this is it. Nurture the pain. Did you say that, Dr. Gwen? Yes. Nurture the pain. Treat that pain as though it is a long lost loved one that has come home that you have not seen for a while, and welcome it. Don't run from it. Now, there's a difference in welcoming the pain and sitting in the story. I'm not saying sit in the story, because the story is what aggravates the pain and that keeps that pain going on in perpetuity. But when you deal with the pain, even when that story comes up, it doesn't hurt anymore. This is something that I've used in my personal life, in the lives of relatives, in the lives of coaching clients. Nurture the pain. How do you nurture it? Sit with it. Just remember for a brief moment the situation that caused that pain, and then sit with it and just love it and nurture it, and check in occasionally, and you will find that that pain, after being nurtured, just dissipates like that, in thin air, like magic. And you never have to really deal with it again. And then the last item is leave the regrets. Stop digging up the dirt. Stop looking back. Look back only on the things that are going to bring you joy and pleasure, not on the situations that once debased and debilitated you. Look back only on that. Quit digging up the dirt. You know, what do you want? Take that pain and sit down and plan and recreate. You know, from that pain, that disappointment, that sadness, what you don't want. I knew what I didn't want when I got through my very first horrible marriage. I knew who I didn't want. But I didn't just focus on who I didn't want. Now I use that to create what or who I wanted. So the pain, yes, you look at the pain, you figure out, oh my, I don't like that. That part hurt like crazy. I don't want that. Okay, don't stop there. What do you want? Write it out in positive terms, not I don't want that horrible monster in my life or anything like him. No, nothing like that. I am looking for a supportive, loving partner. I'm looking for a business that is flowing with positive energy, great customers. Put it in positive terms. And then once you enact it, use that, my friend, to initiate the greatness in your life. You can use those pains and those circumstances to step your life up, to step the ante up, to step up the results and the breakthrough performance that you can experience this 2019. So I want you to drop me a line, leave me a note, leave a message on this video. Let me know whether you were inspired by it. Let me know if there's any topic that you want me to address, because I'm all about empowering people's lives. And as you know, as a business coach, it's not just all about business. No, ma'am, no, sir, because your life is your business. You bring your life to your business. If things are not right inside here, it ain't gonna be right out there, okay? Make no mistake about it. So drop me a line, let me know whether you were inspired by the video, what topics you want to talk about. Leave a comment below, let me know exactly what you're thinking, and hopefully we'll be able to interact. And so this is it, my friends, until February, the 4th Monday in February. I will see you, and I love you. Have the most amazing and productive and love-filled week. Bye.